Okay, I think we're live. All right, so thank you everybody for being here this morning. We got some new faces here in the crowd, but my name is Jeff Wade. I am the founder, one of the co-founders of Crypto World. So we do this weekly, crypto over coffee every Tuesday mornings, usually from 9 to 11, 11:30. By 12 o'clock, we start kicking people out because, there's some folks that want to stick around for a while, but yeah, the purpose of this is just to be able to have some education, right? We have some speakers that talk about different things. And the topic for today, we're talking about staking. So Crypto World, as we open more locations, we're going to set up staking nodes. Dan here is out of Tampa, Florida. He's one of the partners with Crypto World, and he is the one that's launching the first Cardano node for Crypto World. But I wanted him to talk a little bit about what's going on, little updates with Crypto World. We are doing a WeFunder campaign that went live a little over a week ago. So we're trying to get to 50K raise on our WeFunder. I think we're at 23,000 raised. Once we hit 50K, then everybody on WeFunder will get an email about Crypto World. So which is pretty cool. And we were looking at, I think Paul showed me an email of some crypto companies that were featured with WeFunder, and they all raised over $1 million. So our goal is to be able to get to 50K. Then WeFunder, for those that don't know what WeFunder is, it's basically a crowdfunding platform similar to GoFundMe or Kickstarter, but we're doing an equity-based raise, which means anybody that participates on the WeFunder campaign will get equity in Crypto World. Our goal is to open up. This is the first one in the U.S., and our goal is in the next 3 years to open up to 500 locations. And we're focused on education, and also mining, hosting, and also staking, which Dan is going to talk about. We visited a facility in Troy, Illinois, where one of our partners is doing a 5 containers of miners, which is pretty cool. But Crypto World will be sourcing the miners for them, and 5 container. Each container roughly has 360 miners, and each miner is roughly $8,000 a piece. So we're looking at roughly about a $15 million project that will be going through Crypto World. So that's pretty cool that we have that opportunity. We're also talking with a local utility company here in the St. Louis area to be able to negotiate the rates so we can start hosting. For what hosting is basically people that want to mine ASICs. These are ASICs over here on the side. They're Bitcoin miners. These are roughly 8,500 a piece, which is a good deal right now because these 104 terahash we normally sell for about $10,000. We had a customer that purchased them, was going to host 50 of them, but for some reason it just didn't work out. So now we're helping sell the miners for him. So from 10,000 to 8,500 is actually a really good price. So we have those, but hosting basically means if you can buy one of these from us, and if you don't want to put it in your home because it's too loud, or your wife doesn't want, or your significant other doesn't want one of these in your home because they produce a lot of heat, Crypto World is going to start hosting machines where we have a facility for you to be able to put your miner in. So that's I think the update, the WeFunder, the hosting, and kind of the things that we're doing. Anybody have any questions on that before I have Dan come on?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a question about WeFunding,
Mm-hmm.
the thing in the GoFund.
Yeah.
Would you tell a little bit more detail about it? Is it only the Crypto World linked to it? Is it more like when you say the equity, is this?
Yeah, so we're doing what's called a SAFE. It's simple agreement for future equity, and it's common with a lot of startups in Silicon Valley. So basically, the SAFE would equity would kick in once we do what's called a Series A raise, because right now we're a startup. It's hard to say that we're worth $25 million, right? Because we've only been open 6-7 months. So when we expand to 50, 100 plus locations, we're going to need to raise more money. So that's where the Series A comes in. When the Series A comes in, they're going to say, all right, you guys are evaluated $25 million or whatever. I don't know what that number would be. But once that valuations comes in, then that's what everybody in WeFunder would have ownership of Crypto World, if that makes sense. So if we raise $2.5 million, and on our Series A raise, we're valuated at $25 million, then the $2.5 million would be worth 10% of the company. So that's kind of how. If you have more questions on that, I can talk to you, on the side. But the cool thing is we are the first one doing this. It took 6-7 months for us to really figure out, what our direction is, how we can make it profitable, but also how we can make it sustainable, and also educate people at the same time. We did start a 501c3, which we did get our designation it was probably about a month ago. So with the 501c3, we're hoping to be able to, raise money for that, to be able to do some pretty cool things in this space. So there's a lot of funding right now with, a lot of the crypto foundations towards education. Like I signed up Crypto World this morning, or the foundation this morning, for Saylor.org, which is Michael Saylor's, certificate for classes. So that's something that I'm looking to expand on, so we can offer, so we're hoping that, the classes that we offer here at the store, it would be something that the foundation could pay for, right? So we can get more people in. We did go to a high school last week, Jonas, was it last week?
Yep.
Yeah, we did go to high school last week. And what we did was pretty cool. We'll probably air it sometime this week. I'm having the video done. But we had high school students that basically they wanted to learn about crypto and blockchain technology. So we have these ballet wallets. They're cold wallets that we sell here. You're probably familiar with what are some of the other wallets? Ledger and yeah. So ballet wallets are probably the simplest wallets. I talked to the founder of Ballet, which is Bobby Lee. His brother is Charlie Lee, who is the founder of Litecoin. So I talked to Bobby Lee, a week and a half ago about this idea of distributing Ballet wallets to high school students. And then in each wallet, we put anywhere from $5, $10, $25, $50, $100 in the wallets. So then I basically had the wallets, and I showed the students before I started my presentation, and I said, told them what a Ballet wallet was, and also I let them know what increments are in the wallets. And then I told them, I said, I'm going to ask 15 questions, and whoever answers the questions correctly will get a Ballet wallet. There's about, I think, 30 students in this class, so about half the students were able to get a Ballet wallet, but it got them engaged. And I noticed, they were, as soon as I started, they got their notepads and started taking notes at the, just like, everything that I was talking about, they were taking notes. It's pretty cool. But yeah, the students were engaged, and this allowed them to basically open the Ballet wallet, find out how much is in the wallet. If they want to convert it to fiat, they have to go through the process of doing it. If they want to sell it, they have to go through the process of doing it, or if they want to exchange. So it was pretty cool on how, just the interaction of the kids. But anyway, I talked to Bobby Lee about what I was looking to do, and they're donating a bunch of Ballet wallets to our foundation so we can hand out more of these We sell the wallets here for $40 a piece. So that's pretty cool that they're going to donate a bunch of those to us. Also, when I was at Bitcoin Miami, I talked to an emergent company. They provide the liquid coolant, basically for anybody that wants to put their miners in a soundproof liquid coolant device, and each one is roughly about $7,000 retail, but you can fit up to 3 miners, 3 Watts miner and 2 ASIC miners in it. The benefit of it is it's always cool. You don't hear the noise. So for anybody that's looking to mine in home, it's a perfect type of unit. But this group, they're called Engineering Fluids, but they donated a system to our foundation, which we're going to have here in display. So there's a lot of cool things, a lot of great things that's going on with crypto world. I want to be able to get the foundation going, get this going. We also have a Vicky Hartzler coming. I don't know if you guys know who that is. She is a congresswoman, and she represents Missouri, but she is running for Senate. But she is fascinated about what we're doing. She picked, I think, the only 2 places that she was coming to St. Louis, and she picked Crypto World as one of the places she's going to come visit. So that was pretty cool. We've had other politicians that have, that are running for office or are in office that have come to Crypto World. We also, for those that are new, we introduced the first crypto bill in the state of Missouri with the help of Phil Cristofanelli. We're also working with another state rep to introduce Bitcoin as a legal tender. So we're looking to educate students because they are the future of this technology, and we're also looking to educate politicians and get involved to getting some legislation passed because they're the ones that are going in Congress or in the White House or wherever, also locally to be able to make a difference. So that's kind of what we're looking to do. I think if we can tackle those things, it's not an immediate impact, but for the future of crypto and Bitcoin and blockchain, I think that's the angle we're going to take. So, but anyways, I know Dan has been waiting patiently. If you guys have questions, please reach out to me or Jonas. But
I have other question.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have lots of questions. All right. It was shocked me yesterday, when I find the crypto world really in the online. What I really surprised was that there is ATM. So it is already recognized because they are transferred to or buy or deposit or whatever. I was very, very shocked because there is an ATM machine right there. I think it was a 66 fuel up gas station or something like that. Can you tell? Is everybody know already, right? And I was only
No, it's good. Well,
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wonder how you study and who operates, who is handling all the, debit and credit in the balance sheet in the box of ATM as a whole.
Yeah. So for in order to run a Bitcoin ATM, you have to have a money service license, similar to what banks and also a lot of other ATM companies, are required. Crypto World has a Bitcoin ATM here. So this Bitcoin ATM, they're currently paying rent just to be here. But it is something, as we open more locations, we're looking to have our own Bitcoin ATM business because we have at least 30 people right now that want to franchise Crypto World. So it would make sense for Crypto World corporate to own the ATMs. But it is just similar to, there's some regulations on, how much Bitcoin we have to hold. There's regulation on if somebody, deposits that we have to, the banking regulations, the SSR, I think is one of them. So we have to report anything suspicious. So it would be something with Crypto World, but a separate entity. But because of that industry. It is audited a lot, right? But it is regulated. But there's so many different crypto ATM companies out there.
Yeah, I'm just beginning to learn.
Yeah. It's definitely crypto is growing so fast. 113% adoption of technology year over year in the first 10 years. And just in comparison, the internet grew about 63% year over year the first 10 years. So it's growing twice as fast as the internet. But you're still not too late though, because it's still, still very exciting, and there's still only a few people that really know and understand. But I think understanding the fundamentals of it is going to help. Like for me, you would never catch me at a tax seminar in Phoenix, right? Like 3 or 4 years ago, you would never catch me talking to politicians. It wasn't me, right? Until I got into crypto, that I took the blue pill or whatever in the Matrix, the orange pill, I guess, in the crypto space, and then started my own crypto world. But yeah, if you have more questions, we have classes here in the store, both online and on site. We also have consultation here at the store. So I think we're helping Adam with something. Sean, sorry, with something with his. I don't know. Jonas Jonas kind of help you with that?
Hard wallet.
Okay. So we had somebody yesterday drive 6 hours all the way from Fort Smith, Arkansas, to buy a miner. Because the main reason is because he didn't trust buying anything online, right? So we provide that trust and that confidence for people. That's because I would say over 50% of our customers are 50 and older, and so we're just seeing that the 50 and older, they just need more hand holding. So that's something we're looking to simplify things, right? So if somebody wants a mining rig, they don't want the video cards, the power supply, the motherboard. They just want it all in one, so they just plug it in. And that's what we have out there is GPU rigs that we've already sold, a good amount of those that are just plug and play. But yeah, so if you have any more questions, please feel free. I do a weekly radio show too, New Stock STL. It goes up Saturdays at 5. Me and Bitcoin Ben, we do the show. We also air it on YouTube, but we're trying to get more people educated and just get the crypto world out there to folks. So, but I'm gonna let Dan speak about Dan. So you can start with kind of the basics of staking, and we can go from there.
Okay. Let's see. I'm on my list here, my 20,000 foot view of the Cardano blockchain staking pool that we're building. I'll jump to that part of my note. And what's staking with ADA? ADA is the token on the Cardano blockchain. Simply put, staking's delegating your ADA to a staking pool on the network so that you may receive rewards. The ADA staking is non-custodial. So when you stake with any pool, your ADA stays in your own wallet. So there's a level of security there. The typical return that we're seeing on the blockchain is 4 to 6% APY. We have seen as high as 9.75% in some staking pools. I think with the size of the staking network now, we probably won't see those numbers again, but we're always monitoring the other staking pools, seeing what everybody's returns are. All of the information is available on the blockchain. And currently there's about 3,000 staking pools. Once we get ours up and going, we'll be then a part of that, 3,000 plus network. With staking, the largest risk you have is the fluctuation in the price of ADA, which I didn't look this morning. I know it's been bouncing around $1. This last year, it was as high as $3. With any cryptocurrency, of course, that's a risk involved, is the price of the token itself. Staking's done from a ADA staking is done from a Cardano wallet. The two that are listed at Cardano.org are Daedalus and Yori. The Yori wallet's a lightweight wallet that runs on Chrome or Firefox. It connects to a full node, and then the wallet is very quick, fast, and then you can control where you stake from there. Daedalus is a full node desktop wallet, so it actually will download the entire blockchain into the wallet on your computer. So it does take more time. It does provide more information, which that's my choice that I use for managing my ADA, just because of the information that's available. And of course, when we've gone through our testnet setup for the ADA staking pool, we've been using Daedalus testnet as well for all those pieces. It is recommended that you get a hardware wallet, and you can connect a hardware wallet to Daedalus or Yori, with I won't go too far into wallets because that's a whole nother subject. But a Cardano wallet, like all wallets, similar to a bank account. You don't want to confuse it with an Ethernet wallet. Don't send your ADA to an Ethernet wallet like MetaMask, Coinbase wallet. There's like 40 some of the ETH wallets right now. So there is a difference between the two. And once you get your wallet, you deposit your ADA, then you can start staking through your wallet. And there's of course cryptography behind the wallets, which is another complex topic. But we may see more wallets coming to be available in the next year or so. The Cardano network did allow for smart contracts this last fall. So we're seeing number of different projects, decentralized applications putting on there. So I expect we'll probably see some more wallets. The biggest thing with a wallet, like any wallet, is a seed phrase that you get when you set it up. Of course, that's something you need to make sure that is stored securely. And where you can get it and no one else can. You don't store it digitally. All of the protections you would use on any of your wallet, any other wallet. And as far as the rewards, when you get them back from the staking, the network runs on what's called epochs. Epochs are every 5 days, and when an epoch is completed, then rewards are calculated. The rewards are then distributed after the third epoch. So there's a three epoch cycle before you get rewards back. And the rewards, if you deposit depending on when during the first epoch you deposit it, and if it's the first day or the 5th day, you're looking at 15 to 20 days before you see rewards back. If the node you're staking with does produce blocks and therefore produces rewards. This is where it gets a little tricky. With some nodes do not generate any rewards because they don't have enough funds delegated to that staking pool. And right now, the cutoff point seems to be about once you get $1 million staked with your pool, the rewards are pretty consistent. And then the pools are set up in a way that once the pool gets so large, it will actually have diminishing returns. So if the staked amount goes above what is right now about $64 million, you go to 65 plus $1 million, the staking rewards will actually go down, and people will start leaving the pool then. And that's a mechanism to continually increase the size of the network to get more capacity for the network. So, and going over my notes here. So that's kind of the brief overview on it. on how it works there. I of course can go into a lot more detail. Our current status of the staking pool is we're building the live net version. We did build a complete pool in the test net and did do a full security audit on that test net staking pool, just to ensure that we're doing things in the safest way possible for all of the stakers that would delegate to us. So, and so does I know I kind of breezed through a lot of stuff there. Do we have any questions right now? Jeff?
What questions?
Yes. I'll open it up for questions now.
Yeah, I'm kind of tucked in the corner. So
Hi there.
I guess it's a dumb question, but you said that it runs off of the XRP. Let's say that if we own, for example, like a Polygon or something like that, are we able to stake that as well too?
No, those are different. XRP, Polygon, those are all different tokens. We're specifically talking about ADA on the Cardano network currently. This is our first staking pool project. We will be venturing into other staking pool projects as time goes on, but this is the first one. But yeah, that's a good question. But yeah, each network has their own mechanism for verification of the blockchain. So like Ethereum, it's currently what we call proof of work, running on mining equipment. They're about 75 days away from changing over to this other mechanism of using staking pools, which it'll be interesting to see how that goes on the Ethereum network. And I imagine at some point we will be looking at doing an Ethereum staking pool as well. Right now, the barrier to entry on the Ethereum staking pool is a little high. With having you need to, as an operator, stake about $100,000 of your own Ethereum to be a part of that network, and that's just one of the other projects. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, it did. Thanks.
Okay, great. You got it. All right. Anyone else?
Yep.
Yeah, you kind of glanced on it a little bit there. The entry point for what we're talking about here, I'm not familiar with a lot of it. Is it where you're looking for investment here, or you're looking for us to bring where we'd already have miners of some kind to bring to a pool? Or tell me more about it feels like I'm stepping back a couple of layers, because I understand the concept of a node where more people doing more together equals more work, more reward. I get that part. But the part of where, like, I'm just a dude and I want to see about jumping in, I don't know anything about that.
Great question. Okay, yeah, stepping back a step with what we'll be looking for once we get our Cardano node up is, of course, that you just delegate your Cardano to our staking node with Crypto World. So it's not it's still your ADA. It stays in your wallet. If you have ADA now on one of the major exchanges like Coinbase, who says they're giving 3.75 return, which I don't know anyone yet who has seen that. If you own ADA, you can stake it with any staking pool. You can change it over at any time. That's one of the things that we liked about and why we selected the ADA Cardano stake network pool was because it's non-custodial. You still have your funds in your wallet. It's yours. You can redelegate at any point. The thing that we're bringing with our own staking pool is I'm sitting at the helm of building it. We're a known group. You can come into a store. You can talk with the people in our store and not be, staking and contributing to a network with whomever and whatever they may be doing, and that we're a known commodity that people can trust. So that's why we're entering in here. Why we'll once we get it up, we'll of course announce it. And everyone's ADA works together on the ADA network. ADA's got Cardano's got a really strong community around it. When we were building our test net, we were very active on the Cardano forums, and another user who had 2 million testnet ADA delegated it to our pool to help us get above that $1 million mark, so we could see rewards. Testnet ADA, you can only pull 1,000 per wallet per day. So someone else, within the community assisted us there. So, but yeah, backing up to the question, the bottom line, it's your ADA. How you purchase that, whether it's through a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Crypto.com, you can always transfer that to your own wallet, put it on a Ledger or Trezor wallet. I don't know about Ballet wallets. That's a side conversation I need to have with Jeff, that if we can store Cardano on there and connect it with the other the hardware wallet connecting to the software wallet to do the staking. So
yeah, that's great. I think a piggyback question on there was Cardano chosen because of the infusion potential of that individual, or did you just pick Cardano because it's a more fluid player in the game than the big dog Bitcoin?
Yeah, well, the Cardano selection was based on a number of factors. At that point, when we decided we were going to do that, the staking pool with Cardano, that was it was actually I started this portion before I was even involved with Crypto World. I've got another business that where we're using blockchain technology for marketing things, and one of our first projects was, okay, let's do a staking pool, and we selected Cardano based on the number of users. At that point, Cardano was actually just right behind Ethereum. I know they dropped a little bit. I think they're number 8. It's well documented just because of the nature of Cardano and the people behind it being much more academic. So it seemed to have the pieces in place so that we could start doing the test net and do it safely. Once we launch the live net, of course, Bitcoin, and as I said, Ethereum, they run on a different type of validation. They're running on proof of work, which and I believe Bitcoin will be ever changing off of that. Ethereum does have plans to change, but and obviously with the Bitcoin mining, we've got that area well covered inside of Crypto World if someone wants to venture into doing mining of Bitcoin. So,
if someone were to ask what are the fundamental differences between, say, Bitcoin and Cardano, what could be offered in listing of that?
Yeah, well, obviously they're completely different tokens, so their price point is very different. The use cases are different. The Cardano network has smart contracts that people are using to create NFTs now and other decentralized applications. So it's just where Bitcoin, is of course a proof of work currency. So it's just it's a different type of crypto.
That's
and
great.
Jeff, I don't know if Jeff wants to interject and add any more to that, as he is a Bitcoin expert.
Well, I think we're okay for now, but I think we have one more question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody like me, I've never done staking and I don't know what the process is. So can you kind of talk about like what do you need to do that, as well as what would be the costs to staking like the ADA and then the XRP?
Yeah, I can't speak to XRP because I'm not working on XRP at the moment. That's not on our roadmap, but I'm not sure if I said XRP somewhere. I apologize. That's not one that's currently on my radar. But for the staking of ADA, it's I would say it is slightly complex and technical in that there's a fiat on ramp that you of course have to which, as I mentioned, Coinbase, Crypto.com or the big ones. There's of course other ways to do it. You do your initial purchase, then you move your crypto into an ADA wallet, and then within that ADA wallet, you can stake from the wallet. I won't get into the details on that. Once we get our node up and going, I'm sure that we'll be putting together a class where people can sit down and go through the individual steps of it. It's not extremely difficult, but there's some slight technical details that you of course need to know as you go through it. If you follow the step-by-steps on it, it's not going to be extremely difficult, but it's one of those you do need to pay attention to the details. The biggest detail, I'll reiterate it again, seed phrase. Don't ever lose it. Don't ever share it with anyone. We won't be asking for seed phrases. That's your own private key. So that's the type, something that everybody needs to be aware with every wallet, that you keep that information private to yourself and store it in a place you can retrieve it again. There's nothing worse than losing a seed phrase.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Yeah.
What's the general time frame you think for it being available on production for staking?
Yeah, our current, we just finished our security review on the testnet literally last week. We have the live net build in progress. Realistically, I think we're in the 4 to 6 week time frame. I would like to have it done sooner, but I also do have to have a life outside of work, and my wife would like to see me on the weekends. So, but 4 to 6 weeks is the target right now. But the sooner the better. We do want to get this up and going as quickly as possible. We will have another security review on our live net. We do work directly with a security team who's Legend has at IT. You guys may have heard Jeff or Jonas talk about Rudy, who is a part of our crypto world team that can help help keep things more secure. I'm a developer. I love code. I'm also a designer. I'm not a security expert, and so we have to make sure that we have our security experts on the team review everything as well.
It's pretty soon though. It's neat.
Yeah. Currently, I have 65 pages of documentation that we've built, so I know the process that we have to go through. It is fairly soon, but we've already, because we've spent a large amount of time on the test net and going through and building that out, testing all the different scenarios. Can we take our server offline and have our testnet wallets remove their ADA and get their rewards? Those types of things we were doing on the testnet, which you can. That's one of the things we do like about the Cardano staking, with it being non-custodial. Your ADA is still your ADA. If for some reason we were to have a problem with our staking node being online or offline does affect rewards and blocks, minting blocks, but it doesn't affect your ability to remove your own ADA. or de-delegate is a better way to put it, your ADA, and go to another staking pool. So, yeah, hope that's helpful. Yeah, anyone else have more questions?
Dan, you'd mentioned that you're spearheading this. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so I got teamed up here with Crypto World at the start of the year. But my experience and background is that I've owned my own web development and design agency since 2006. I currently have 4 business ventures, 4 other business ventures beyond my design agency. So there's 5 in total. Prior to starting my web development agency, I worked out in San Diego. And when I was there in California, I made a friend, Greg, who was a web designer and also ran a website hosting business. And during that time, I helped him set up his Mac OS server for website hosting. And after I moved from San Diego back to Florida in 2006 and started the design shop. And in 2006, I just started doing lots of web development, web design, and then in 2009, I bought the company that from my friend Greg, Cyber Media Works, which is the website hosting business. So then I started taking over a website system from complete start to finish, and not having other vendors involved. Through the years, I have worked with vendors for VPS systems, and eventually I settled into using the Google Cloud platform for all my server hosting. They had the best support, and we could fully control everything. So we became part of the Google Cloud Partner Program and started running multiple servers on Linux, CentOS. We've ran Windows servers, and currently the design business, we host about 50 websites and run 4 servers at the moment. And then of course the staking pool will end up being a 5th in its own silo, of course. So I have been working with server systems extensively, so that's why the staking aspect really made sense. That as an entry point beyond just being a personal investor in crypto, which I have been since 2018. Running a staking node seemed to be, it was like, okay, I've run servers. I know how to, review documentation. I know how to improve that documentation for our needs. And so that's really kind of how I entered in here. And then, of course, I got connected with Jeff and Jonas and the team at Crypto World, and we officially partnered up at the beginning of the year here. So
that's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you got it.
Got one
All
more.
right. I'd like to ask a question on what you just said. Is you are involved in 4 different companies and so forth. It's a huge. Just listening to you. Is there any of them is public company, or are they all of your business connections are private company?
Currently all of my business connections are private companies. Dang Designs is my main design and development business, which I'm of course the primary owner. And every other business I have great teams around me, and as well as with Dang Designs but the other businesses all of course have other shareholders and stakeholders in those companies, so we all work together.
Thank you.
So yeah, you're welcome.
Hey Dan, my name's Dan as well. I actually have a Cardano node. If you need any help or anything like that, I have a staking pool been in since the launch, since the Shelly launch back in Epic 208. So I have relays, stuff like that. If you want, I can give you some if you have any questions or anything, or if you want to use one of my relays, I do that to get to your block producer node to give you more redundancy. I have the ability to do that too.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. That I'll definitely want to get your contact info, and we'll talk after offline. We can schedule a meeting to chat about things. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Ticker MOST, MOST is what it
Okay.
is. So you can see you can go into Pool Tool and see all my setup and all that. So.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. I will definitely check that out. I'm jotting it down now.
People named Dan and Cardano knows.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work to get it going. I can appreciate what you're going through, but once you get it up and going and you have everything engineered out right, it's not that bad. The toughest thing is when you change the pledge or the commission rate, and then you have to rotate the KES keys every 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, if you have it set up right, it's very maintenance free.
We've with going through the full testnet project and really treating it like it's a live net. We've seen how everything operates, and we are actually going to be doing with our KES keys. I know it's a 90-day rotation. We've got on our testnet, we've been doing a 30-day scheduled rotation on them, just to ensure that we don't ever have them expire on us. So that's one of the pieces we've been doing here. But yeah, I can't wait to talk to you more about it offline. So.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
Got a couple more over here.
It's a quick one. What's the difference between ADA Shelly and ADA Byron?
Well, Byron was the previous generation before they had staking.
Oh, okay.
So
Shelly's the staking one.
the way Cardano goes, they go eras, and they're usually named after like a poet or some sort of mathematician. So the Shelly era was when when staking took off, and so that's why I say Shelly, because I was day one Shelly when they turned on the switch, my node was up.
So if you're transferring crypto do you go ADA Shelly or ADA Byron?
Well, there was a difference between the Byron wallets and the Shelly wallets, but ever since they've gone to Shelly, the wallets are all good, and the Daedalus and the Yoroi wallet will, if you have Byron stuff, so that would be pre-2020 if you bought it, and you still hold it in an old Cardano wallet, you can convert it to Shelly, the Shelly era, and Shelly is every era since then.
So if it's on the exchange, it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter because it's automatically, if you have it on an exchange, they update the wallets on the exchange, so you won't have any Byron stuff. Even if you've owned it 2 or 3 years, you can just transfer it to one of your, one of the Cardano wallets, or to a Ledger Nano or a Trezor hardware wallet.
All right, thanx.
My question, I know a lot of ADA nodes have a nonprofit or something they support. Have you considered having going to Crypto Without Borders, like having a portion of it, or?
We haven't discussed any of the finer details like that. We'll of course have some announcements about that when we get everything up and going. We'll have more details on that way. That of course will be in discussion as well. With the staking node, our first goal is, of course, to get it up and going to ensure that everything is running properly. But that's a great question. We will have the answer to that by the time we launch on much more specific, granular details on the node itself and the rewards. So, great. Anyone else have questions about my background or the staking node that we're in process of building?
I think we're
Thanks
good.
for spearheading it, Dan. Appreciate it.
Hey, you got.
So really quick, there is one online question. So Rick, if he's still watching, hopefully we're going to answer his question. In regard to the co-hosting, this was from a little while ago. Does the client have to pay for energy, or is it included in the cost of mining? So the answer to that is it can be, right? There's actually a couple of different ways that co-hosting locations can set up their deals like that. They could bill the person who is having their machine hosted there in the location, but more often than not, to keep it more simple, the machine would just give 95% or however that percentage works out to the person who actually owns the machine, and then the person who owns the hosting location will take X percent to cover the cost of power and their management fees. So hopefully that answers that question. But Dan, thank you so much for coming on. We're going to get you some contact info, looks like. You guys can have some discussions offline. If any of you guys are still watching live on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. That's the best way that you can help us keep getting this content out there. So Dan, thanks a lot.
All right. Hey, thanks guys. Really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you.